Hello there, and welcome to another episode of Regular Beer Reviews, where regular doesn't refer to the beers being reviewed, but to the reviewer, myself. I'm Jesse, and tonight I'm going to be reviewing a beer that I've never had before. I only just started seeing this a couple weeks ago, and this is actually the first chance that I've had to try it. It's from Newcastle. It is their Cabbie Black Ale. Yeah, this is the first chance I've had to try it. I do like Newcastle. I mean, they're not one of my favorite breweries or anything, but it's definitely, their brown ale is one of the first brown ales that I started drinking that really made me love the style. So let's go ahead and look at the numbers on this beer. Well, Newcastle, if you didn't know, it's the Caledonian Brewing Company Limited, and this one's brewed in Edinburgh, Scotland. I believe the brown ale is brewed in Tadcaster, England, but it's all Caledonian Brewing Company. But anyway, let's look at the numbers on this. Beer Advocate gives it a 72, which is just okay, and that's with 85 ratings. Again, I've only seen it for a couple weeks. I'm not sure how long it's actually been around. But the bros have not had this beer, and Rate Beer gives it a 38 overall with a 28 for the style. So the numbers are kind of low on Rate Beer. The style is an English dark mild ale, or just simply a mild ale. It has an ABV of 4.2%. The availability is limited. It was only brewed once, according to Beer Advocate. I'm not sure what the IBUs on this are, but let's read a quick script here from Rate Beer. It says, Newcastle Cabbie is brewed with dark malts and noble aroma hops to create a flavor with hints of chocolate, coffee, and light fruit. And I like they always have these fun facts on the bottle here. It says, Newcastle Cabbie, hail this smooth dark ale. There are many ways to order a Newcastle Cabbie, but we chose hail because it sounds like a cabbie word. Newcastle Cabbie is brewed with dark malts and noble aroma hops to create a flavor with hints of chocolate, coffee, and light fruit, just like the description on Rate Beer. It says, because we think those words will make your mouth water. So if all those words don't make you want to grab a cabbie, the label guy obviously lied to us. They always have something funny on their labels. On their brown ales, they always have like facts about the origin of the beer and history in England and stuff. So anyway, let's go ahead and get this cracked open. For this, I'm just going to use, I usually use this glass for like amber ales, red ales, stuff like that. So I'm going to use it for this black ale. Let's go ahead and get it poured. Ooh, it's a nice looking beer. Looks like Coca-Cola or something. Oh, I can smell it already. It smells good. Alright, so yeah, it looks like Coca-Cola. It's dark, but yet it is clear. I can see my hand through it. I can see the monitor through it there. Light coming through it definitely looks like Coca-Cola. I can see the carbonation streaming up, but it's not a ton. It's pretty moderate. A nice, I'd say about one finger head there, tan, kind of frothy. Yeah, it's very, for being so dark though, it's pretty clear. Like around the edges, I mean, I can see my hand through it, no problem. So it's definitely not murky or mucky in any way. It's probably been filtered. So let's go on ahead and get a nose on this. Yeah, it smells really, really good. Strong, robust, roasty malts. I can smell right up front just like dark coffee, like just black coffee, dark chocolate, a little bit of dark chocolate. I'm picking up on the hops a little bit. It's kind of a floral hop, but light in the background. It mentioned flavors with hints of light fruit, but it smells more like dark fruit, like raisins or something, or prunes. I'm smelling little hints of maybe like vanilla or coconut or something like that, something light. It smells sweet. It smells good. So yeah, very roasty too. So let's just go ahead and jump into this one. That's pretty good. More carbonated on the mouthfeel than it looks, but it still has a nice thick mouthfeel. It's not nearly as watery as like their brown ale or something. But I can taste the roastiness right up front. Hints of chocolate. Mostly it's the coffee malt. I'm kind of getting a bitterness like mid palate. But I would say the bitterness is more contributed to the malts as opposed to the hops. I can kind of pick up on the hops in the bag. They're kind of floral, kind of grassy, but it's nothing that's like really prevalent in the flavor. Excuse me. But this is a good beer. It's sweet. I'm definitely picking up on like little hints of like vanilla, coconut, or something. Maybe a little bit of a nuttiness, like an almond or a walnut or something in the flavor. It's a good beer. It's got kind of a dry mouthfeel too. I mean, it's like a thick. It's not a watery mouthfeel, but then at the same time, it's kind of dry. If that makes sense, it's not like syrupy or anything, and it's not overly sweet, even though it is sweet. Altogether, I'd say this is a good beer. I really like this beer. I haven't really had a lot of mild ales, like this style, the dark mild ale, excuse me. I've had, and I don't think I've ever had an English one. I've had a couple of this style that were brewed here in America. I had one from, God, I can't even remember. I think it was called like Black Dog or something from up in Montana, and it was an English style dark ale, and I remember it being pretty good, but it was probably over a year ago that I had that. I can't really remember a lot about it. But anyway, this is a good beer. I like the mouthfeel. I like the flavor. It's mild. It's called a mild ale, so I mean, but there's still a bit of a complexity there with the roastiness, the black coffee, a little bit of dark chocolate, the kind of nuttiness, little sweet hints of coconut and vanilla. A little bit of dark fruit on the flavor again. It's more like prunes or dates or something. Um, um, it's a little sweeter. The fruity component to it is a little sweeter in the smell. It does smell like lighter than it tastes like a little bit of a heavier fruit, but I can smell like almost like a grapiness, like raisins or something. But the hops I can pick up a little more on the aroma than I can on the taste. Again, a little bit of floralness at the back of the palate that I would contribute to hops. There's a bitterness there that does, because it is sweet. The malts are sweet, but then at the same time, it's sweet more towards the front of the palate, and then it kind of rolls into this kind of a bitter roastiness that's really nice. It's really well balanced. I like this beer. Um, I'm going to give this beer, I'm going to give Newcastle Cabbie an 8 out of 10. I think this is a good beer. This is probably the best beer that I've had from Newcastle. It's only the fourth beer I've had from Newcastle. I've had the Brown Ale, I've had their Werewolf, I've had their Bombshell, and now I've had this. And I really like this. This is probably my favorite. I'm a dark beer guy. I love dark beer, and I really like this one. This is probably the best one that I've had from them. So I would say if you see it, definitely pick it up. It's certainly sessionable with an ABV of only 4.2%. I mean, you could toss these back all night and you wouldn't even feel it. And it's certainly drinkable and enjoyable. This would be a good dessert beer or a good beer just to have on its own. So I would say, especially since it has that limited availability, it was only brewed once. If you see Cabbie, pick it up. It's a good beer. I think you'll enjoy it. So thank you for watching, and keep watching again in the future for more reviews. Prost.